Hey y'all. Okay, let's talk about it. Social anxiety. Social anxiety is definitely one of those very, very, very scary things to navigate. And one thing that I've learned in overcoming social anxiety is that being true to who I am and understanding deeper who I am, who I was created to be, how am I effective, how am I useful, that has been key and extremely instrumental for me growing and developing into the woman that I am today. It's been plenty of times that I've tried to start like social media accounts and YouTubes and TikToks and Instagrams, and for certain things I've been successful. Specifically with hair, I'm a former hairstylist. I did like faux locks and stuff, and I was extremely successful in running social media accounts like that. But when it came to myself, when it came to speaking about social anxieties, when it came to speaking about things that really matter in womanhood that we don't really talk about, I felt like I was extremely ineffective up until TikTok. So in December, I made a TikTok and I've been posting videos and been diligent and posting videos in my content and all of those things, which is, from my experience and my point of view and what God tells me and all of these things. And it's been extremely successful, and it's just giving me that boost of confidence I needed to get on YouTube and be like, okay, I'm gonna give it a fair shot. I'm gonna edit these videos correctly. Because sometimes I would just post something to post something, but I wouldn't edit videos. I wouldn't put time. I wouldn't put effort, energy, resources into anything that I was doing for like YouTube. TikTok was so easy because you can literally be laying on the floor or laying in the middle of a desert and pick up your phone and record, and it can go viral. But YouTube is a different game, and I was a little bit nervous, right? And I was just like, social media is not a real place. That was one thing I would always say. It's not a real place, but it is a real place because it's real people who are looking for real solutions given by real people who have overcome the thing that the person is battling. So today I want to talk about just social anxiety. So I noticed that I had social anxiety, imposter syndrome, borderline personality disorder, body dysmorphia, bipolar disorder, a lot of different things like that. Well, that was really all that I was working with up until I was about 31 years old. I'm 32, so up until about a year ago. And the one that I feel like hindered me the most was social anxiety, but underneath social anxiety was a poor self-perception. And it limited me because even though I felt like, or even though I knew, not even felt like, because I would show up in spaces and people would make it very clear to me, like, you are impactful, you are resourceful, thank you so much for sharing, thank you so much for speaking. They would give me all of these compliments, but my self-perception was so bad that when it came to me being who I am authentically in social settings, it brought on a fear that I would be rejected. So I would be that's when the imposter syndrome, would kick in, because now I feel like I got to tell you all my business. I got to tell you everything that I am so that I can qualify to be in this social setting, and nobody was checking for that. That was my anxiety speaking. Now, when you think about anxiety, we know anxiety and fear is like hand in hand. And it's a scripture in the Bible that says perfect love casts out fear. So when I came across that, I had to think about what that meant and how that looked and what did it mean for me. Because, one thing about it is you gonna know some scriptures, you gonna grow up hearing some stuff if you go to church. But applying them is a whole nother ball game, because it's like they drop the ball and they like, now do fancy tricks with it. You like, I don't know how to do that. So when I came across perfect love casts out fear, and I know that fear was tied to anxiety and anxiety tied to fear, I started to realize that I needed to love myself. And in order for me to be as great as I knew I was, right? Deep down. It was like Everything was here, and me knowing how great I was like down here. But me knowing that and having this sense of knowing that I can help one person, I can help two people if I can get rid of this social anxiety, because how can I really help people if I'm not in position to be myself, if I'm not in position of loving myself, right? So I will want to say to those who, first point, who may be dealing with social anxiety, is to love yourself. And love, I go off the definition in the Bible. Love is patient, love is kind, it's not envious, it does not boast, it does not insist on its own way. And oftentimes we want to do that for other people, but we forget to do that for ourselves. And when we don't do that for ourselves, we get things like social anxiety, imposter syndrome, because we're not really taking care of ourselves. Well, what does that even look like? I'm gonna tell you what taking care of yourself looks like. It just goes far beyond getting your hair done, your nails done, staying top tier, because a lot of the people, a lot of the women who do that, they have social anxiety and imposter syndrome. They show up in a way that they think people want them to show up. They show up inauthentic so that they can be accepted. But when I say take care of yourself, face those traumas, those hard things that you run away from. That's what keeps you minimal. That's what keeps you afraid of the world, because you feel like if that's found out, if that itch is scratched, if that thing is uncovered, nobody will like me. If that one thing that I did, right, or that one thing that happened to me, or, you know, if people knew this thing about me, if that came out, everybody would hate me. But I'm here to tell you, as someone who has overcome, that's a lie. People will appreciate you so much more. Don't let your fears talk you out of your future. And that's what I was doing. I was letting my fears talk me out of my future, because I was scared that if I showed up as authentically me, stammering, stuttering, a little ADHD moment, you know what I'm saying? Little things, that everything that I am, if I showed up like that, people wouldn't accept me, because they like funny Camila, right? They like crack a joke, look cute, dress a certain way. They like that Camila. But this Camila, right, the one who I was so scared of, this Camila could care less about what they like. I can walk into a social setting now and I read the room, but I don't read the room in the way that I used to read the room. I read the room before, like, okay, all right, let me see. Okay, they doing that. So that means I got to do this. No, I just read the room and I look around. And for the first time in a very long time, I see just beautiful people, people being people. I'm no longer trying to find the flaws in other people so I can go and trauma bond with them because I know they being fake. They know I'm being fake. Now we best friends. We sitting here together the whole night, chopping it up, saying, oh my gosh, she's so much like me. Yes, absolutely. Because you both are not living in your truth. Social anxiety comes a lot from, obviously, fear and not living in the truth that you are special, that you have something to give to the world. You have something to give to all of these social circles that you're in. Every day you wake up, you've got something to give. And if you're scared of the world, you won't give it. If you're scared of the world, you'll be stagnant. If you're scared of the world, the things that are assigned for you to do in the earth will not get done. Social anxiety is a killer. It's worse than cigarettes. Do you hear me? It not only messes with how you view other people, but it messes with how you view yourself. And a lot of the times people with social anxiety, they don't think that they're just losers. They don't think that they're nobodies. They just feel like, I'm so unique, or my thoughts are so different. My passions are so different. I don't know where to fit in. A lot of people with social anxiety thinks that. And that's absolutely a healthy way to think, believe it or not. That's what I'm saying. Anxiety and fear, it's all a liar. It's anyway, it's healthy to think that. Because when you do go out and you do step out and you do that hard thing, you're going to do it 50,000 more times effectively, because you've taken self-evaluation. You've actually done the work. So the people that you are called to, the social settings that you're called to, you're going to have something to give, and they're going to have something to pull from that's authentic, that's real. I've been seeing all over TikTok, like the exposure of fake fruit. Like this lady, her watermelon she got from Walmart. I don't know why she would do that, but she got a watermelon from Walmart, and it was like peeling off. And it was another lady, she got I think it was a watermelon from Costco, and when she cut it, it was like rubbery, it wouldn't break, it was fake, all that kind of stuff, right? But that's the quality that you give to people when you're giving and you're not being your authentic self. You giving it, it's a watermelon, but the substance, the very fruit of it, is something wrong with it because it's not authentic. It's missing something. It's missing those seeds. And that's what you sitting down and evaluating yourself and addressing traumas and healing. It makes it starts to grow organic. It allows you to grow organic fruit. It's no way I could get on here and say how to live with social anxiety, because I don't believe that we are called to live with social anxiety. I believe that social anxiety tricks us out of delivering the messages that we're supposed to deliver, whether that's through oral communication, through the way that you dress, the way that you do hair, the way that you dance, the way that you play an instrument. Like, we're all meant to communicate something. But when you sit so long in this funk of I can't because I'm so different, or I can't because this, or you have this fear of people, really it's a fear of people judging you. It's a vicious cycle that I don't believe that we were created to live in. Now, I just may be a cuckoo, but I don't believe it. And the reason why I can say strong and bold that I don't believe it is because I was in that and I got out. And sometimes, I'm not gonna lie to you, it'll sneak up on me. I'll be like, oh, I'll get a little self-conscious, or I'll, freeze up in a conversation, or, you know what I'm saying? It'll pop up, but I have to remind myself on a daily that I'm meant to deliver a message, and I can't be scared of social settings to do that. I used to want my clothes to speak for me. I'll dress really, really cute, and I wouldn't say anything. Because it's just like, look at my clothes. Don't talk to me. Just look at the outfit. Just look at the outfit. Don't say nothing to me. Just look at the outfit. That's how I lived for a while. Because the only thing people would say to me is, oh, your outfit's so pretty. Thank you. You're so pretty. Thank you. What do you do? I'm a stay-at-home mom. Okay. Well, enjoy your night. Thank you so much. That was the most of the conversation. Or social anxiety would make me like overshare, or imposter syndrome. All of it goes hand in hand. And if y'all want to, I will do like a breakdown of each and how it plays a role in what it is, and use examples of like each thing, like the bipolar, the borderline, imposter syndrome. We talk about the social anxiety right now. I'll do separate videos on those things. But the imposter syndrome had me oversharing. And I'm an imposter because I'm anxious in this social setting. So now I gotta tell you everything to qualify myself to be here. But you don't have to do that. It's people who genuinely want you to be you so that they can get what they need. And I think we fail to realize that. I did. I would do one good deed and be like, that's enough. But it's so many people I can reach, even on social media. Like I said, I was like, if you want to hear what I got to say, you could catch me in person. But how selfish is that? How selfish is that of me? And this is not to beat anyone over the head. This is just my perspective. And if you pull from it, you can pull from it. But I started to see how selfish it was of me to not post on social media, knowing that billions of people be on the internet every day. And what I have to say and what I have to give can literally interrupt whatever they're going through, and they can change their thought pattern, and they can be the best version of themselves ever. This God-given gift of being me, this God-given gift of my voice, of my personality, of my movements, right? This God-given gift that I have, I did not want to put it on social media because I was so scared to get judged on social media. And social media is brutal. I'm going to tell you, it's brutal. But I was more scared of that than helping the next person. Or I would get on here and I will overshare. I'm showing the trips. I'm showing now I'm qualified to be on here, y'all. I'm qualified because look at what I'm doing. Keeping up with trends, all of this kind of stuff going on. Not anymore. I'm intentional and disciplined and free and happy. And I just want to see all my sisters in the same state, in their original state, in their whole state, in their healthy state, because I want to see what you got for me. Okay? That is really where it's at. So social anxiety, to sum it up, is very real and it's very scary, and it can almost be paralyzing if you let it. However, face those traumas. Go talk to somebody. Go, because that's the root of it. It's secrets. That's what caused the secrets and the judgment. If I'm found out, or if somebody peeped this, or it's secrets and judgment. But get free of that. Do yourself a favor and love yourself. So that's the conversation today. I hope we pulled something from it. And if you can this week, I want you to write, we're going to start small. I want you to write 3 fears and 3 truths about, 3 fears and 3 truths about who you are and what you're scared of. So really it's going to be 6 fears, 6 truths. So 3 about who you are, 3 about who you're scared of. Is the math mathing, or I'm not going to cut this out because the math might not be mathing. But if it's not mathing, that's okay. It's all good. Y'all know what I'm saying. Just get to 3 and 3. If you ain't got to do 6, don't do 6, okay? So I'll see y'all next time. I love you. I want you healed. I want you whole. I want you focused. I want you delivered. And I want you disciplined. Okay? All right. I'll talk to y'all later.